Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? This is Ruuz from the guild Extra Crispy on Ambershire, your favorite warden shaman, here today with a short and sweet raid guide for the Mysteries of Azeroth custom raid, Lower KARAZHAN Halls. I'm not going to go into all the inner workings of this instance. This crash course should be able to get you both informed and confident enough to survive your first Kara 10 pug. As you can see here, Lower KARAZHAN Halls, also known as LKH or Kara 10, is a raid that requires no attunement, and it's going to be located right around here in the southern part of the Deadwind Pass zone, inside of the former Guardian of Tearsfall and Prophet Medivh's now haunted residence, KARAZHAN, the Tower of KARAZHAN. Now, just to get it out of the way, the entrance to this instance is going to be right around here at the coordinates 4775 on your map. The closest flight points are going to be Stonered in the Swamp of Sorrows, keep it crispy, if you are Horde. If you're a member of the Filthy Alliance, on the other hand, it's going to be in Darkshire for the closest flight path. Now, as much as I know you all want to just zug your way through the halls of Lower KARAZHAN and, you know, get your guild wiped instantly, there are a few things you should know about each of the 5 main bosses in LKH. So, without further ado, let's go in. First up is Lord Blackwald II. He's known for dropping the legendary Scythe of Elune quest starter at a 2% drop rate. Now, if you're a priest, mage, warlock, or druid, you're going to want to be fighting this boss and running this raid quite a lot. This is pretty much going to be your traditional tank and spank for most of the fight, but partway through he will invoke the mystical Scythe's power to summon some adds. Have an off tank hold on to those guys while focusing the boss, and you should be golden. Good luck on the Scythe. Next up is Clawlord Howlfang, typically considered one of, if not the hardest bosses in the raid. If you don't understand how he works and you're tanking, expect a wipe, and even then, make sure your soulstones and onks aren't off cooldown, as his auto attacks will apply a 9-second stacking debuff that shreds your armor by 5% per hit. Have at least 2 tanks ready for the fight, Tank A and Tank B. Tank A pulls. Give her time to build up aggro. DPS, don't pump yet. You will wipe. Tank B stays behind this corner here. He should not have LOS on the boss. Once the shred debuff reaches around 15 stacks on Tank A, adjusting slightly for gearing, have Tank A and B switch places, with Tank B taunting Howlfang and Tank A LOSing him on that corner. Make sure you decurse the tanks. Keep swapping aggro back and forth between tanks until Howlfang is down. Congratulations, you just beat the hardest boss in the raid. Next up, we have Broodmother Araxxna. Don't worry, she's much easier than her similarly named sister from Northrend, as most of her fight is also a tank and spank. Periodically, she will shoot a volley of venom at the raid. You can either choose to dispel it, or, as a ranged DPS, just LOS it on a nearby support beam. Other than this, midway through the fight, she will lay skitterweb eggs. Make sure to nuke these before they hatch so you don't have to do more damage control. If things go poorly, have your off tank from before put that shield back on and try to rein the adds in, but honestly, even pugs on their first run can usually figure this out, so just tank, spank, nuke eggs, and get out of there. Second to last is Grizikil the Imp. He has 2 abilities you need to be aware of. A Rain of Fire, much like Warlocks have, and a Flame Wave, similar to Warlocks Immolate. For Rain of Fire, just don't stand in it. It's just that easy. For Flame Wave, make sure melee DPS gets out of the range. Alternatively, just interrupt Flame Wave, as it is fully kickable. Short and sweet, don't overcomplicate it. Finally, we have the Undying Steward and Unwavering Castellan of KARAZHAN, Moroes, a familiar sight to some players. Have 2 tanks on opposite sides of Moroes and keep healers and ranged players at a long distance separated, as he has a smoke bomb that will stun you and drop your threat. Both tanks should pump, making sure to be numbers 1 and 2 on threat. This means DPS should be slow at the start. The top threat tank will be stunned, losing all threat, meaning the second must keep pumping that threat. As soon as they're actionable, the most recently stunned tank should taunt, as Moroes will then stun and drop the threat of the other tank. Once the other tank is actionable, they should taunt. Continue the cycle of taunting to maintain a usable amount of threat and getting stunned while the rest of the raid destroys Moroes. As the fight progresses, pay attention as Moroes will pull out some other tricks like a curse and a spell reflect that bigwigs should warn you about. Other than that, congratulations, you've just successfully raided LKH. Thank you for watching this short and sweet guide on how to conquer LKH, Lower KARAZHAN Halls, or KARA-10 on Turtle WoW, the Mysteries of Azeroth. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down there in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. I'm a little bit new to the raid myself, but I should be able to answer most of your questions. With that being said, good luck out there and stay crispy, y'all. This is Ruuz from Extra Crispy signing off.